to tell you that the war's getting worse. I mean, what's happening today is that Iran has essentially taken credit for the massacre on Israel from October the 7th. Not only that, they are essentially tripling their production of uranium enriched to 60%, maybe beyond. We don't know entirely. And it turns out that China is building new nuclear plants to make more uranium for bombs, and so apparently is North Korea. Not that, but both Koreas are threatening each other, and the war between Israel and Hamas is picking up. It's just picking up all the way around, guys. The threat of war is getting greater by the day. The threat of pulling the United States into it. India is getting involved. I mean, more and more countries are getting involved. This is escalating fast. So as we slide into the new year, Lord only knows what's going to happen. It doesn't look good. Okay, modern day crusader working third shift, waiting for the EMP lights to go out. Yeah, we might want to get a bicycle or something so you don't have to walk all the way home. 13 and a half miles is a long walk. Alrighty, folks. So yeah, let's get further into this. So that's just kind of the nutshell in what's happening. Just to take it from the top, Iran has essentially claimed credit for the attack of Hamas. That it caused Israel to declare war on Hamas. Full up declare war. Now Iran is taking credit for it, apparently. So does this pull Iran in? Well, we all know there's been a kind of a proxy war, a limited action, low intensity war going on between Iran and Israel for some time. There's been bombings and attacks on ships, attacks, covert attacks on facilities inland, including in Iran, where a bunch of things were blown up. There have been, this has been simmering and picking up. Of course, you might remember the red lines that Netanyahu painted with a bomb, talking to the UN sometime back, claiming how they would attack Iran if they got to a certain point within a certain threshold of producing nuclear weapons. Well, it looks like Iran is not just on the threshold of producing another nuclear weapon, but an entire arsenal all at once. So not only that, some of us think they actually already had some. So what are they waiting on from their side? Well, we're going to get into that. So buckle up. This is going to be intense. So Iran's claimed that the October 7th massacre was on Israel was retaliation for the U.S. assassination of Qasem Soleimani. You might remember that Soleimani was taken out by Trump in a drone strike in the airport in Iraq. So this is quite a claim. Now the Hamas is actually said, no. This happened because of what they're actually fighting over, taking credit. Hamas has said, no. This is because of what the Israelis are doing to us. Of course, we all know that whatever the case is, Hamas is a vassal, a proxy organization for Iran. That's understood. And it's further understood that the date of this happening coincided with Vladimir Putin's birthday, which kind of ties us into what's going on there, because it took a lot of the heat off of Vladimir Putin and his special operations. So people weren't looking at that so much, and we're looking more in the Mideast. So when you look at all this, these things are tied together. To think they're not tied together would be to miss a lot, especially when you see the signs like, what day did it occur? Putin's birthday. Some people think this was a gift from who? Iran to Vladimir Putin. That was the allegation, not from Hamas, but from Iran. We do know that Hamas and Hezbollah were both having a lot of meetings with Russia just prior to this event. And, of course, Iran, too. So there's a lot cooking here, guys. This is escalating. And we can expect that we're heading toward a direct war between the United States and Israel. And, hey, Michelle Young, thank you so much. You missed the last live stream. Well, thank you for being here, Michelle. Salute to you. as always. So, guys, a war with Iran is not going to be a regular war like where we always fight our things over there, because they got sleeper cells in the United States that can wreak havoc here at home. That's the one thing I worry about more than anything, and I've been warning you guys about that for 5 years on this channel. 5 long years on this channel, I have been warning you guys about this stuff. So you can keep your eyes wide open, your head on the swivel. I've been bringing this to you before anybody else on YouTube was talking about sleeper cells. I brought it to you first. Now they're all talking about sleeper cells. Well, guess what? You should have been listening here for a long time. I've been on this for some time. So, all right, guys. Well, you're not blue Arnold Smith. Well, that's a good question. I don't know what happened to Arnold Smith. Arnold Schmidt was blue before. Arnold, you got more than one account. What's going on? Arnold's always been blue. What's going on here? Tap it and see if I can knight him. Well, it ain't working right now. I'll try it later. I don't want to distract too much from the news here. We'll deal with channel internal stuff here in a little bit, and then I'll go more into the chat session as we go, guys. So this whole deal really smacks of escalation, because if Iran is taking claim for credit for the attack, which they just have, that's a first. That's the first. That really ups the ante. That and the fact that they're producing far more uranium right now, enriched at least 60%. All this puts the whole pressure point a lot higher for war. And getting into a war with Iran right now is on the verge of getting into a war with China. China's loving this. China is loving this more than anybody. Of course, Putin's loving it too, but China mostly. Especially since we're getting into it with the Houthis. Now, as you might know, Biden and crew invited China to join in their special operation, their special coalition to rein in the Houthi attacks and to permit trade through the Red Sea. And, there's a bunch of articles ask, well, why is it China joining with us? Well, China should be joining. China's not joining. Why not? Are you kidding me? That's articles I'm seeing out there on the internet. You got to be kidding me. China is laughing. They're thrilled to death over this. Because, why? Because right now we're using the weapon systems we would most use in a war with them. This is another thing that's pulling down our inventories, because the missiles that we're using to take down all these cheap little drones from the Houthis are, we're taking out drones that cost $1,000 each with $2 million missiles. Again and again and again, all day long. We just took out 10 this last day. So, guys, what's happening with this? No, 10 hours, excuse me, I think it's like 24 or some odd. A huge number. So we're spending tons of money expending our weapon systems that the very ones we most need in a war with who? China. China's thrilled. They love this. They love it. They're getting set. And they're planning to move. And all the pieces are lining up for them, and we're just playing right into their hands. Of course, that might be that a certain President Potato Head, who seems to be the master appeasement, president of appeasement, the guy who appeased Iran, the guy who freed up on 2 different occasions large sums of money from Iran, $6 billion and $10 billion, which helped aid their enrichment programs. Just so happens, allegedly, according to the U.S. Congress and according to a congressional website article that I showed you guys back weeks ago when I was in Alabama, according to the U.S. Congress website, this ain't Greg Allison making this up, there was money accepted from China by who? Who? I can't even tell you probably on this platform the absolute truth is, or just tell you what's posted in Congress on the congressional website. This platform is so fickle. I can get so much trouble for just stating. If I tell you the sky's blue, it might get me in trouble. Holy guacamole and smoke on the guys. So just pay attention, guys. Read between the lines. I like Chinese on Sunday. Well, I got nothing against the people of China. I love Chinese people. I love Chinese food. The problem is with that party that runs mainland China, the People's Republic of China, known as the CCP, the Communist, Party, Chinese Communist Party. Oh, look, there's Chinese in Taiwan. Oh, they got a different attitude about things. But that is cooking to a head. That is cooking to a head, guys. So let's get on with this. Whomever is assisting my keyboard. What? Whomever is assisting my keyboard is probably drinking what? You got a keyboard problem, Stan? That's odd. Anyway, let's go on here. So, just to get it across, again, Iran has actually tripled the rate of production of near weapons grade uranium in the recent weeks. And this is according to reports filed from the IAEA, the International Atomic Energy Agency, in the background of mounting tensions between Iran and Israel and Iran and the United States. And so the director of the IAEA, General Rafael Mariano Grossi, he's the one that stated, he said in recent weeks, Iran had increased its production of highly enriched uranium. We're talking about the 60%. And some people think they got some more than that. But this makes it a lot easier. Look, some people are saying you got to enrich it to 80%. I think the actual bombs we dropped on Hiroshima weren't much over 60%. They weren't 80%. They weren't 90%, that's for sure. So Hiroshima, Nagasaki had a plutonium bomb. Let's see if I got it right. But anyway, so there's Arnold Smith with a wrench. What happened? Just was blue with envy, Rodney. Wait a minute, Arnold Smith had no wrench, now Arnold Smith's got a wrench. I don't get it, but anyway, he must have a couple different IDs on here. Or there's more than one Arnold Schmidt. All right, we'll get to that in a little bit. So, hey, John Long. So, guys, I had heard from reputable sources several years ago, right when the wall fell with Russia. I mean, we're talking, at the end of the Reagan administration, I was told by reputable sources that Iran had gotten 2 full-up nuclear missiles with nuclear weapons from Kazakhstan. And that's when all these former Soviet republics, right after that, started getting rid of their weapons and sending them to Russia. Because apparently some heat got on. I have since heard from another source that, that was true. Supposedly current, but it wasn't 2. This source, which was probably a better source, told me it was 4. That's a lot of weapons. Now, you might be aware that the previous president of Iran used to say that Israel is a one-nuke nation, meaning that one nuke would take out all of Israel because it was so small. In all fairness, what I've told you is probably more accurate in the past, that Israel has 2 major Jewish population centers, Haifa and Tel Aviv. If they're taken out, the state of Israel don't exist anymore. Just 2 nukes. Bam, the state of Israel don't exist as a state. Now, Israel has plans for a Samson option to fire everything they got. In this estimate, they have from 80 to more like 200 nuclear devices. And the 200 is a more believed number, maybe more. So Iran has been burying a lot of their stuff really deep. And maybe they got some plans. See, all these nukes, though, are in like just specific sites, except for what's on their submarine. Now, they're supposing they have something of a nuclear triad, but still, if they're hit right, if the intel from the Iranians are correct, they could preemptively take out a lot of those weapons. Now, nuclear weapons are the kind of weapons that you usually store under high security, and then under the tightest of circumstances, you pull them out and arm them and put them in whatever devices to be launched. So if you get them while they're in the gun cabinets, then you got somebody. It's just like being in California I mean, oh, you got to lock everything up in a cabinet, and then you got to put a lock on the key and store the ammo separately, so that when the burglar breaks in your house, it's going to take you, 45 minutes to get your safe open, to pull the thing out, to take out the lock on the trigger, to put some ammo in it, to charge it, and then point it at the guy who's already wiped out you and all your family and taken everything you've got and headed for the hills. Oh, yeah, that's such a great philosophy. It's such a great strategy. It's to be completely defenseless. Oh, yeah, that's what some states want, like the California. Let's see, the same states that empower criminals and get rid of law enforcement. Because they used to say, oh, well, you got law enforcement, you don't have to worry. Because now they're defunding law enforcement and they're empowering criminals. They've opened the border to bring in more because we don't have enough criminals in this country. We have a criminal crisis. We obviously don't have enough criminals in this country. So they've thrown up the borders to make up for this great criminal shortage that we have at hand, right? Oh, Lord, that's a good topic for a video. Oh, Lord, guys. So, what's going on, guys? So, they definitely, let's see, I have 6 devices to watch multiple videos at the same time. Wow. Okay, Stray Kitten, can you absorb that all? If you can't, you're like Data from, Star Trek, Star Trek Next Generation. Okay, I get those shows confused. There was nothing any good after the first series. Anyway, guys, so all that aside, so this is just it, guys. So, that's the same way with a lot of the nuclear policies and nuclear weapons. They're just not quite ready enough. So what's the deal with Israel? Are their weapons ready enough? Are they deployed enough? Are they at a high state of alert right now with what's going on? For their sake, one might hope so, if one hopes for the continuity of the state of Israel. But the Samson option is a very scary option. If they're firing off 200 nukes, there's a risk, possibly just from that alone, of creating a weather-changing event, maybe a slight nuclear winter. Now, I do know for a fact that during the Cold War, some people, a lot of scientists saying 200 nukes would be, maybe even 100 nukes, or even less, could start a nuclear winter. And of course, most people are poo-pooing that because they go, oh, now come on now. That's not the case, because we fired all these nuclear weapons during the Cold War on the Pacific atolls. And of course, Russia bombed their big island up in the Arctic many, many times, and we didn't get a nuclear winter out of that. And that is true. But the calculations in nuclear winter are based on soot going to the stratosphere. And soot requires a lot of materials burning. And so they're basing this on the idea that you're hitting cities and burning cities and forests and all that's going up in soot. Well, we didn't bomb cities and forests. When we were bombing those atolls, there were islands. And that island up in the Arctic, the Russians have been bombing, is just tundra, frozen tundra. There's really nothing there to create a lot of soot. So I can't discount the idea of nuclear winter. Putin does. He discounts it. He says, it ain't going to happen because it didn't happen. He's one of those that discounts it. And I've had to question it myself. Is it really valid? And I've had to think about it. It could be. It could be a valid thing. If we have a nuclear winter, you're not going to be planting any crops the next year. Your crop planting is because it's going to be too cold. It's going to be like 1817, the year with no summer is called. It wasn't a year with no summer, but there was frost in the middle of that summer and destroyed a lot of crops in a lot of the United States. They even said there was frost here I'm not in Alabama, I'm in Texas. They even said there was frost in Alabama in July or something like that. But it's really bad up in the Northeast. People were starving to death in the Northeast. There were new days as that. People were starving to death. That's one reason they moved down to the Midwest in big numbers after that. So it was a major thing for them. So here's what happened, guys. This whole winter thing is something you better consider, not just saving seeds and having seeds, and better have spare seeds in case you plant a crop and it dies because it's frozen out. And when you save seeds, you need to have enough for at least 2 crops. all the old timers used to do this. And all the old timers used to also plant enough food, not just enough to feed themselves, but enough to save. They grew a lot of food and they saved it. They put it up. They stored it. If you're not doing that, you're not there yet. So in the meantime, I would encourage you to do two things. One, buy long-term food storage. Everybody's got their opinions of what to do. If you go to prepwithgreg.com right now, you can get a good special on long-term food storage. You can get a 4-week supply with $60 off, which makes it incredibly cheap when you consider what a month of food costs you. This is long-term food. You can put it back for 25 years. It'll last long term. And you can store it. You can put it, you can hide it. People say, Greg, why would I prep and put all my food in my house and the house might burn down and it might get flooded? Well, don't put it in your house. That's the worst place to put it in. That's the first big place anybody's going to look. Hide it. Hide it in a cache somewhere. That's what I like about those big food buckets is they're lightweight, easy to move, they're sealed, and they got sealed pouches in them. You can bury them. You can bury them just about anywhere. You can hide them. They're easy to hide, easy to carry, easy to stack. Yeah, they stack up real nice. As a matter of fact, I've got some stacked up in my living room back in Alabama, and I got pictures on top of them. I'm using them for furniture. That's the nice thing. They're easy to store, easy to move, easy to carry, easy to stack, easy to bug out with, unlike some of the competitors that use those bigger tote-sized boxes, which they've shown themselves laboriously pushing across the threshold to get you the idea it's a lot of food. Well, if it's that bad, how are you going to move out with it when you got to bug out? So consider that, guys. But, even if you don't want that stuff, plus our animals will die, and that's not going to be available. Oh, there'll be a lot of dead wildlife in this situation. And that's why you also want to buy extra pet food, extra animal feed, extra seed for next year's grasses and hays and such like that. Yeah. You better take these things into account. If you're on a farm, have extra hay. Nothing else. If some of the hay goes bad, you get great mulch for a following year's garden, or other crops. So, extra hay. Now, hay's getting expensive, I know that. But it's time to really start thinking ahead and buying extra supplies and anything and everything you can. Seeds. Again, for the long-term food storage, go to prepwithgreg.com. Check that out. They got other survival items there. For seeds, check out links that I often post on the videos I post. I don't know if I get to it tonight or not, because I don't use this one on my travel. Check out. Somebody was hidden. All right, guys, keep whatever you're doing in here clean. This is a family channel. If you're in here cursing, the mods will take you out. We're a freedom of speech channel. You can give your opinions, but if you're in here cursing, the mods will take you out. Okay, guys, so all that said, I know that before I even see the message. So don't blame me. My servers are slower than theirs usually. So, but that's what they're supposed to do. So, guys, this is what we're boiling down to. We are in very uncertain times. Get your preps ready. Everything you can do right now, get yourself ready. Do it. In prepwithgreg.com or you can go to my links. If you go to my uploaded videos, you'll find these links posted. And they are to True Leaf Market for seeds and Eden Brothers. Use my links. It won't cost you a penny more, but it'll help me. And right now I can use all the help I can get because this right now is my only source of income, YouTube. And it's a poor source of income. It's like, Walmart greeters are rich compared to what I'm getting here. So, but anyway, let's move on. A lot of my videos are getting demonetized, guys, because they don't like what I'm telling you. So by the way, I really got to count on you guys. When I get super chats and stuff like that, that really helps. But anyway, so let's move on here. Furthermore, Iran is talking about a harsh response to the often, I gotta be careful what language I use on here, Razi Mousavi, who was their head officer for the for Iran's Revolutionary Guard Corps. And he was in Syria. And Israelis took him out. And Iran is saying they're going to take revenge big time on Israel. They said Israel made a huge mistake in doing this. You see what I'm saying? The prospects for direct war between Iran and Israel have escalated significantly for several reasons. So this evokes a bigger regional war in the area. It evokes pulling the United States in. We're already there. We're already expending our weapon systems to stop Houthi missiles and debating whether or not to attack the Houthis, or at least their missile launch compounds. A lot of people are saying the United States should. Of course, President Potato Head said, we might offend somebody. We don't want to attack no one. So, and there's some little bit of credence for that, but not something that most people are buying off on. But this is the kind of stuff we're talking about, guys. So, Israel's defense minister, Yoav Gallant, I don't know if I pronounced that name correctly, Yoav, Yoav? How do you say that? Gallant. Anyway, he basically Tuesday had suggested that Israel had already hit at Iraq, Yemen, and Iran for attacks carried out against Israel's deadly war in the Gaza Strip, and this thing spills over into other countries and regions. What he said is the following. He said, we are in a multi-front war and are coming under attack from 7 theaters: Gaza, Lebanon, Syria, Judea. Well, that's their own territory, Judea, and Samaria, which is an Israeli term for West Bank in this case, Iraq, Yemen, and Iran. We've already responded and taken action in 6 of these theaters. You see, this is escalating, spilling over. This is what I'm talking about. So Iran has taken credit for the strike that Hamas did. Iran is threatening further retaliation for the big general taken out. Israel is saying they're fighting on 7 fronts. Israel has said that, we are engaged, and they're naming Iran as one of the fronts that they're under attack from. And technically, they're correct. That's what I'm saying. This whole thing is simmering for a huge blow up. And there's some people, trying to put a peace treaty out there, but Hamas and these other terrorist organizations are rejecting the terms of this ceasefire because part of the terms that's been put forth is that Hamas gives up their power. This is what Israel's going for. And Hamas is not just going to say, okay, we'll give up our power. We're not going to be in power no more. Okay, go ahead. We'll stop just so there'll be peace. Hamas don't care. What they care about more than anything is power. It's all these organizations. So you're just telling this organization, go home. You can't play in the sandbox no more. Give up your power, and it'll be okay. Yeah, right. They're not doing it. Organizations that are in power care more about their power than the people they have power over. Supposedly they're subject to people they're supposed to be protected. These organizations don't care about their people. None of them do. It's a delusion. And they fool their peoples into thinking, we care about you. We're here to protect you. We're here, let's see, what's it done? The ratio of Israelis taken out on October 7th, so 1,200. How many Gazans have lost their existence since then? 21,000 or some crazy number. So, that just isn't working out too well for the people of Gaza. And it's not going to, and it's going to get worse. But that's exactly, of course, what Hamas wants. How can Israel win by attacking and obliterating Gaza, which is exactly what Hamas wants them to do? So they can turn the world against Israel. You see where we're at? And that's happening. So really, is Israel winning? They may be taking out a lot of the stuff from Hamas, but are they really, really winning? So, yeah, this is a tough pickle. Hey, Christopher Napier from Houston. Hey, yeah, I'm right next to you, buddy. I'm in spring right now. Salute you, Christopher. Wow, just seeing this. Probably did. I've been running my yap so much here. I'm just seeing it. Thank you, Christopher. Appreciate that. Salute to you. All right. So, Anyway, guys, yeah, I don't see the chats when they first roll it when I'm doing it from my phone, unless I'm watching the number or scrolling the chat. But I'd say I'll come back and scroll the chat here after I get through the basics of the news, which will be just a little bit here. Now, Turkey. Oh, now Turkey wouldn't do anything. Turkey's such a peace-loving country. They just hit 71 targets in Iraq and Syria in retaliation for the loss of lives of some of their soldiers, maybe 4, but they're hitting at the Kurds. Turkey hates Kurds, and almost all the other countries, poor Kurds, they get hit on by everybody because they don't have their own land. They want their own land. They want their own country. They're spread around, Syria and Turkey and Iraq and Iran. And what should be Kurdistan has been split into many pieces, and so none of the countries that they're in particularly loves them. It's sad for them. Real sad for them. So they get hit on by everybody, and especially Turkey. Turkey hits them real hard. But then Turkey's also attacked the Armenians, the Christian community, quite a bit. So Turkey doesn't have a spotless past, if you know what I mean. Far from it. Far from it. Far from it. So, in any event, autocorrect that. Did it to me. What? Autocorrect. Hey, John. Anyway, so this is but see, Turkey is willing to act. And also, Turkey is not going to be claimed. The Islamic world is not going to turn against Turkey because Turkey is Islamic and once led, the Ottoman Empire. So, and that's what they would like to do again if they could. Of course, Iran's got their own designs on a big empire, and as does other players in the area. Anyway, India had attacks on two merchant vessels that were tagged or flagged for India. India had ownership in. And India's vowed vengeance against the attack on its merchant vessels. So India may come in and start hitting at the Houthis. So you see India getting this. But now India is not going to get into it the same way the United States and UK might, because India is anti-China. They're anti-Muslim countries. They get fights with Muslim countries again, get into it with China, but they love Russia. And Russia and Iran are allied tightly. So there's a weird alliance when it comes to India. India is kind of in a place of their own. They're in their own orbit. India is a big part of BRICS. They want to bring down the dollar, but it's not to pump up the yuan like the rest of BRICS, or China at least. They want to pump up the rupee. So India's in it for their own purposes. Yeah, but the effect is it's taking the dollar down. We'll go into that more in a little bit. But now, President Potato Head, articles are coming out like the New York Post, saying that he needs to strike back hard against the Houthis to protect the Red Sea and U.S. influence. But, he's probably not going to do that. I don't know. It's debatable. His future may hang. He may have to do something. G'day, Greg. Hey, we got New Zealand in the house. Good to see New Zealand in the house. No God, no religion. Yeah, they don't have any of that. So, in the event, what's 100 down there? Wow. Okay, I'm going to get back to the chat room here in a minute. So, now just to hit a little bit over in Europe, the Ukrainians have taken out a big Russian battleship. Blew it to smithereens, huge explosion coming out of it. And they've been hitting pretty hard with their non-conventional warfare efforts on the fleet in the Black Sea. And it's claimed that they're now actually taking out 20% of Russia's Black Sea fleet in their effort to liberate Crimea. Well, they're still a long way from liberating Crimea. And I'm real skeptical that they'd ever truly have a chance to liberate Crimea. However, and if they did, it might evoke nuclear war from Russia. Because I've often predicted that would be a red line for nuclear war with Russia. Well, I'm not going into that tonight, but I've talked about that many times in the past. So just bear in mind, there's still a slugfest over there. They're both slugging at it hard, and it's ugly. Curly fries. Okay, Keith in Arizona. I'm not in Arizona right now, buddy. I'm in Houston area, Planet Houston. I'll be back. I'll be back in a few weeks. I don't know how soon yet. So I'm stuck down here. I've got a vehicle broken down. I still haven't got it out of the shop yet. It's costing me a lot more than I anticipated. unfortunately, it's a lot more. It's transmission repair. Turned out the whole thing was just ripped all to pieces. I should have expected that from the way it fell and all the fluid everywhere, but we'll go into more of that later. All right, so Taiwan's presidential election has run up the risk of war, according to Beijing. As you know, and this may be the real cincher right here, on the 13th of January, what was that, 3 weeks from now, there's going to be a major election in China. And the Chinese do not like the primary leading candidate at all. They're not at all fond of the leading candidate, whom they really feel is more separatist than the current president of China. So this is a real risk that they may do something to try to force China, to force Taiwan back into their fold. Because China came out and told Biden, and separately said more recently in a speech, that the reunification with Taiwan will happen. It will occur, just point blank. So Xi Jinping actually said that China's reunification with Taiwan is inevitable. So they are very, very serious about it. Now, the leading candidate for the Democratic Progressive Party in Taiwan, which is the party that most favors independence, is William Lai Ching-te. William Lai Ching-te. He's usually just referred to as William Lai. It's L-A-I. Now, maybe I got the pronunciation off, but his last name, supposedly, or the next name in the series, is Ching-te. C-H-I-N-G -T-E. So, but he's often just called William Lai. But William Lai Ching-te. And William Lai Ching-te, he's making allegations against his opposition party, the KMT, and a couple of other, the other parties running against him there. And he's claiming that their stance supporting the embrace of the one China policy is dividing the island. And he's calling them pro-communist party, which is loaded language there. So, but he's already the head candidate right now. He's leading the polls. But he's the candidate that if he wins, China is going to throw a fit. They will take military action against Taiwan. That's what a lot of people think. Now, we know that January is not a time that China will be invading Taiwan. It would be more likely to happen in April. What you might see is a lot of interference. You might see even a blockade. You might see this escalate into missiles. At some point, it might escalate into them attacking U.S. infrastructure. Because if they're actually about to attack Taiwan, a lot of thinkers have already put it out that they will try to knock out the Pacific Fleet and U.S. military capabilities. Does that extend to our power grid right here at home? They've got sleeper cells already preloaded. They've put a lot of emphasis lately into putting sleeper cells in the United States, apparently because a lot of young Chinese men in military age have been coming across the border. As soon as they're getting here, according to YouTubers who have followed them and showed them, they're getting nugs and going to the nug ranges. And yeah, that video's been showed too. Same faces that he got in Peru, crossing the border. Next day, are at a gun range. Bang, 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 bang. Ooh, how did that happen? Who's sponsoring all this? How are they getting the money? How are they able to do these things? So, guys, this is serious. We got the Iranians with the Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps had declared years ago that they have sleeper cells in America that are targeting our substations that would take down our grid. This goes back years and years ago. I've talked about that since the inception of this channel. You've got everybody coming across the border. Oh, ain't nothing coming across the border. What am I talking about? Oh my gosh. That's nothing, right? Anyway, there are right now more Chinese ships going around Taiwan. The threat level is going up. They're going to intimidate Taiwan as much as they can with respect to these elections. Election interference, international election interference. Of course, China says, oh, it's not international. These people are not independent. This is a renegade province. No. China is an insurgency that just failed to take the island from Formosa when he took the rest of the country from the People's Republic, the Republic of China. When the People's Republic of China failed to take the entire China from the original Republic of China, which is the government that fled to Taiwan. So no, that's not an insurgency. That's what's left of the original, the older government of China. So, yeah, this whole idea that it's an insurgency, well, that's what they want everybody to believe. That's their propaganda. It not true. There's two Chinas. That's what I'm saying. There's two Chinas. Just we don't want to admit it because we tried to cut a deal with them to counter against Russia back in the Cold War. Anyway, so we fell into this, one China. China loved that. So, goat curry, what's all this? We had crystal radios. Okay, we may have to go back to crystal radios if there's anybody to transmit anymore. Back in the old days, the transmitters all used vacuum tubes. If we were back in the vacuum tube technology, we would survive this mess. Maybe. A lot better. Second, So now there's a second North Korean reactor that's operational, guys, according to, again, the IAEA. The IAEA has warned us that North Korea is now running a second nuclear reactor to create nuclear fuel to accelerate their nuclear weapons program. Surprise, surprise. Well, North Korea just loves us so much, they wouldn't do nothing. Kim Jong-un, he's such a sweet big teddy bear. Let's look at him. Doesn't he look like a teddy bear? Except for when he talks. That's especially his sister, right? Oh, Lord, guys. So, just bear in mind, we are in a world of hurt. So, but Kim Jong-un has been threatening South Korea, and South Korea is threatening them. Well, now South Korea's come around and made plans to procure 20 more F-35s from Lockheed Martin. So they're getting more prepared. And South Korean troops have been ordered to mercilessly bury, that's the way it was stated, mercilessly bury North Korea if it attacks again. You see, they're both making threats against each other. This is really escalating over there. So, and that statement was made by the country's defense minister. He basically told them to mercilessly bury North Korea if they attack again. Now, North Korea has attacked, little attacks against South Korea. They torpedoed South Korean ships. They've shelled South Korean islands. Off and on, North Korea has done some things like that. They have taken some action. They've gotten hot on occasions and overtly attacked and shelled things in South Korea. This has happened, and now that the tensions are picking up between them, it's expected that things like that would be happening again. And so South Korea said, we're not going to take it. South Korea is also wanting their own nukes because they're not trusting the U.S. nuclear umbrella. And North Korea sent in Dennis Rodman, 250 egg roll. Yeah, Dennis Rodman, make them happy. There'd be no war. Just send Dennis Rodman. There you go. Yeah, anyway, jeez. Yeah, he could be our ambassador of peace. I wonder, would he wear a dress over there? He doesn't remember when he was on the whatever magazine wearing a dress. Oh my gosh. Anyway, so anyway, hey, we got super chat. Mineral water. Hey, appreciate it there. you don't mind if you don't mind me being a Ron Foster prepper author. Yeah, Ron Foster, the prepper. That's mineral water. He's Ron Foster. Check out his books, guys. Look him up. Ron Foster. I need to interview him. We need to have an interview soon. He's written like 70 books. So we'll plan for that. All right, guys. Ron Foster. Soulless Joe Survival. Hope you're having a great holiday. Special thanks. Hey, thank you, Soulless. How are you soulless? You're not soulless. Joe Survival. Salute to him and to Ron Foster, who's in here is mineral water. Anyway, so, hey, I really appreciate that, guys. Really do. I got a huge repair bill coming up on my van. I just tore that transmission all to pieces. But anyway, so, anywho, North Korea, what's North Koreans? Kim Jong-un, you can't just have South Korea making all the threats. No. That's Kim Jong-un's job, or his sister's job. So Kim Jong-un has had to come back up and say, well, North Korea's got to accelerate their war preparations in response to unprecedented confrontation moves from the United States, whatever that is. If we just send a carrier or a nuclear submarine over there, well, the only reason we're doing that is we're trying to keep South Korea from wanting their own nukes. He knows that. But, it's the game he's playing, but it's a deadly game to play. Saddam Hussein played that game. He kept telling his people that, the United States is going to attack, and we got to do this, and we got to do that, and he made out like he had stuff he didn't have, probably. Well, all that posturing he was doing to be the tough man on his turf. And when you're a tough man, you got to be a tough man on your turf. You got to act tough. You got to make everybody think you're tough. If you're tough or not, you got to say tough things. So sometimes people believe what you say and they're going to smack you between the eyes. Or maybe you really do mean it. See, that's what's hard to tell, especially against a cartoon character who lives in La La Land, who's raised from a child to think is basically a god like Kim Jong-un or his nutty sister. These people have extremely warped worldviews, and we can only know that they look more like not a sociopath, but psychopathic, because look what they've done to their own followers. Look what did Kim Jong-un do to his uncle that put him in power? Well, let's say the dogs had a lot of dog treats, as a result of that. So, guys, people that do that kind of stuff, in fact, that's the kind of people that usually do rise to power. Especially in autocratic countries, especially in those countries, but even in other countries, it's sociopathic and psychopathic people rise to power. That's the problem with governments. And even good people, when they rise to power corrupts, and absolute power corrupts absolutely. I'm going to do some specials when I get back to Alabama where I can get on Zoom and do some interviews. I'm going to get Jason with Green Country Agroforestry. He's an extremely brilliant guy. We're going to talk to you guys about the problems and trappings of power and what it can lead to. You'll see why I'm not a big fan of government, especially big government, in any shape, form, or fashion. It gets us in trouble, guys. All these power organizations, they all play us against each other for their own aggrandizement, their own power, and it costs us dearly. There we go. Thank you, New Days, for sharing Ron Foster's links there. All right, so, and other news, Serbia is fit to be tied, because the Serbian people are claiming that their elections were rigged, that the population didn't want the pro-Putin candidate to win, and they're throwing a big fit over there. It's not what happened in Ukraine. Guys, I don't know, but Serbia has been at it. There's been a lot of tensions in Serbia for the last few months. So there's a lot of potential for war, maybe civil war over there. Who knows, guys? This is not a pretty situation. There's a lot of spillover and escalation prospects in Europe. The president of Latvia is claiming that Russia will, after, if we don't support Ukraine, Russia is going to come after NATO nations next. I'm just telling you what he's saying. Take it with a grain of salt or take it literal. I don't know, guys. But the prospects for war in the world today are too high. The prospects for escalation are too high. We're talking about escalation between nuclear powers. And there's too many nuclear powers in this mix. More than we've ever had. It used to just be Russia and China, Russia and United States. Anybody else is too small to think about. Now we're looking at proliferation of nukes all over the place. Pagan, I'll have to go back and see what you're talking about. I'm not reading too much of the chat. My first priority is to get the basic news out, because if I don't do that, then the people that watch later will get aggravated. When I pay a lot of attention to the chat room up front, they get mad because they want to hear the news. And then we'll look at the chat room, and so they can choose to stay with the channel and watch the rest of the video, or they can opt out. So we're giving them a clear point of demarcation. So Pagan Prepper, save whatever you said and maybe repeat it in a little bit, okay? Because I'm not reading the chat right now. An older chat, maybe I may not be able to find it when I go scrolling up. There's so much chat. I don't know what you're saying, but guys, whatever you want. If y'all want to bring something up, just kind of save your powder. If you want me to cover it, now y'all can chat among each other all you want, but if you want me to bring it out, save it. We'll be there in a little bit, guys. I'm almost done with what I'm going through. I'm almost done, okay? All right, now there was a Tesla fire, a Tesla vehicle caught fire in the great state of Alabama. It took them 36,000 gallons of water to put it out. And it may have something to do with it having lithium-ion batteries. Now, you ever took a chunk of lithium and thrown it in water? What happens? What happens when you throw lithium in water? What happens when you throw lithium in water? Somebody. I've actually got aluminum lithium alloy in my backyard. I've been working in Alabama. The end domes of the DCX rocket. Why not foam it? Because they probably didn't think exactly true whether violent reaction. Fire. Big violent reaction. Like sodium metal. Exactly. So, yeah, water don't help it. So water was probably the wrong thing to use, but they might have got the heat out if they used 36,000 gallons of it. Heat being one of the elements for fire. But holy guac and smoke-a-moly. Yeah, like I said, I got aluminum lithium alloy in my backyard. And, I kind of get concerned, or for a while I was concerned, what's going to happen if it leaches out some, and with all the rain we get in Alabama, is my D6 rocket going to explode and catch on fire and burn my house down? So far, it's not been a problem. It's been sitting out there for a couple of decades now. I don't know what I'm going to do if I sell my place. I got to do something with it. Maybe I get that museum in Alamogordo that was begging me for it to take it. Anyway. So, let's move on here. Some people telling her to check out my previous podcast. Guys, I cover a lot of material. And sometimes to know where I'm really coming from, you've got to watch a number of my videos. Don't come in here and judge me just based on a few things. All right, so, I'll go back and see what we're talking about here in a minute. Anyway, so now let's get into economic news. In economic news, economists in the Bank of Montreal are claiming the U.S. dollar will lose altitude next year. And what they're claiming is that a more dovish Fed, a cooler U.S. economy, and a drive by many emerging markets, they're talking about the BRICS countries, to move away from the big dollar, point to some softening in the years ahead. It's probably putting it mildly, but they're predicting the dollar is going down. Now, you never heard that around here, have you? The dollar may temporarily trend up due to some fiscal policies, but when you got less demand for the dollars overall internationally because a big chunk of the nations are doing everything they can to stop the dollar and get away from it, when that's the whole purpose of the whole BRICS alliance, which has now got like 130 nations involved in it, it don't bode well for the dollar. And even if it don't take the dollar out, some people, oh, the dollar will be fine for a long time to come. No, it ain't gonna be the same. Because as the demand for the dollar goes down, we get in trouble. That means that's inflationary, especially if you're spending a lot of money, like we do for our federal budget to cover our debt. We've avoided going into Weimar inflation because there's so many dollars in the global market that what little bit extra we're spending against the total amount of dollars in force hasn't been as drastic as what the Germans experienced in the Weimar Republic. That's enabled us to do crazy things. Crazy things. So, yeah, Pagan, I'll get back to you in a minute. There's a lot of chatter going on about whatever you're saying. I want to see what it is, but give me a second, guys. I'm not judging anything right now, so let's see what it is. But, so, now give Odin a break. Let me get back to you here in a minute. All right. Amid the, you're not the Nordic, you're Celtic, I believe, Pagan, from what I read earlier. But anyway, so let's get back here. Maybe you can put lithium batteries in them in. Yikes. So 130 BRICS nations. Yeah, and the whole alliance. Well, guess what? They're moving toward a CBDC, central bank digital currency, a BRICS, central bank digital currency. How's that going to bode for the dollar? Yeah, this is why I tell you guys to go to defythegrid.com, where you can buy gold backs, which are outside, which gives you a means to barter easily because it's a fungible amount of gold. You can get 1,000th of a troy ounce and a little bill you can put in your wallet. 1,000th of a troy ounce. That's something you could actually spend to buy eggs and bread in the barter system, as opposed to, a big chunk of gold. Now, if you want the big chunks of gold, if you go to defythegrid.com, you can buy the bullion in gold and silver and platinum. You can buy the coins. You can buy the rounds, and they got a price guarantee that says if you can find a better price somewhere else, they'll meet it or beat it. How do you beat that, guys? So, but also the gold backs, I just like them because of their fungibility for bartering. That and small silver coins, of course, too. So think about that. Silver, seems to be depressed in the system for some reason. Silver, gold's going up and silver is just holding the same. They've done everything they could to depress silver for a long time. Silver should be twice what it's at right now. At least, maybe 3 or 4 times, given the way gold's gone up. But it's not. Silver has not gone up in a couple of decades, it seems like. I remember 2007. I bought what was high, actually. I thought everybody said it was going to go up, and it actually fell in price. It's not recovered to what I paid for it then. So I paid way over for silver almost 20 years ago. When my mom died, I bought a little bit. I thought it was a good thing to do. It didn't turn out to be so good. Put in economy. Illegal grows by China. Oh, so what's this mean? Ron Foster is saying, put in the economy. Illegal grows by China. Headline and Marine Papers, 4 billion loss. Say only residents can grow. Weird news subject. Only residents can grow. Grow what? Illegal grows. Which kind of illegal grows mineral water? Are you, give us some more definition there, Ron. So, I'm also Celtic and lean to my pagan roots. Okay, Jojo. So, but thank you. Salute for Ron Foster. Multiple super chats tonight in Oklahoma. I've got to definitely, reefer. Okay, so China's cracking down on that. China's also cracking down on our Christian community. They're not permitting young people to go to Sunday school in China if they're Christian. And, the Christian literature, the Bible, they even rewrote the Bible. It's all got to be with Chinese characteristics and friendly to the socialist policies of the CCP. Oh my gosh, guys. God's word is determined by Xi Jinping. Does that make him God? Anyway, you tell me, guys. So, I do believe in a greater creator. I tell you that, guys. So, we'll talk more about that stuff in the future. But anyway, so, but do check out defythegrid.com. Oh, yeah. The beauty of going to defythegrid.com is if you use the code GreenGregs as a discount code, you get 1% off. The margins they bring you those good deals because the margins are so tight. They have very skinny margins. So 1% off is as good as you're going to get. But they already got the best prices. You can get 1% off the best prices by using the discount code GreenGregs at defythegrid.com. Check it out. It don't cost you any more. It saves you money and helps me out just at the same amount. I get 1%. It's a very low commission, one of the lowest commissions of anybody out there. But I keep bringing it up to you guys because it's one of the things y'all were buying. Even when I wasn't mentioning it, when I was just posting it, y'all started buying that stuff. I wasn't even talking about it. Y'all were buying from Defy the Grid just because I just put it in my notes. And I was astonished at how much you guys were getting it. So I was like, okay, I started promoting it. Which actually turns out, because you're buying so much from it, it turns out to be one of my better affiliate marketing deals. So, anyway, I'm going back into that Maine situation. Oh, Maine. Are you talking about the ship Maine? Or the state of Maine? All right, I'll look at that in a minute. I'm behind on the chat. All right, I'm almost done, guys. Give me a second. So, yeah, Defy the Grid. Now, I think this is my final news item before I go into the chat. It turns out that I missed it myself. I was going to talk more about immigration. But anyway, we'll do that later. So, why is it that RFK is not the son of Robert F. Kennedy Jr.? Can't get Secret Service protection. He's running for president. His dad, when he was running for president, what happened to him? But yet his son, now what happened to his uncle? What happened to his dad? Now he's running for president, and they won't protect him, but they protect other people? Oh, it couldn't be that the administration under the current President Potato Head, the government is not, they wouldn't get political favoritism now, would it? No, it couldn't be nothing like that. Really? Guys, this is like off the charts. Now, whether you agree with the guy or not, I'm not agreeing with him or disagreeing with him as a person, as a candidate. He's got some interesting points, but he cannot get Secret Service protection running for president when his life is probably at risk. Wow. Look what happened already in his family. Multiple times. Yeah. Is this weird? Do you ever watch Morning Talks? Oh, you're asking Pagan. I've actually watched them. I like them. All right, guys. It's time to scroll through the charts here. Let's scroll through the chat and see what's cooking. What are people talking about? What's the big to do in here? I'm going to scroll way back up, though, as far as I can go to kind of start out. Well, I don't know. There's a lot of chat back up in there. I may never get through it all. Holy smoke. You guys have been chatting a lot. I don't know if I'm going to go all the way back to the top or not. Wow. No, that took me hours. Turkey cannot be trusted. Yes, Rodney, I agree. I agree entirely. It's kind of they are the wild card in the NATO alliance. So, Jason, Greg, we don't have to worry. The planet will tip on its side, oh my Lord. Allegations of I show over us. Yeah, I'm not afraid of that. I've actually done videos suggesting why that's not happened. Somebody, it happened every 12,000 years. No, it is not. I can refute that with geological evidence, and I have done so. It has not happened. Okay, now here's the earlier pagan prepper comment. Please get a fallout shelter that will help you if you can do that. Yes, I've done videos. I've done a whole video series on nuclear war survival. Check it out, guys. It's all planned action, reaction tactics that lever their political advantages as foolishly to try to outsmart God. Yeah, Well, good luck with that, right, Jason? Arnold, excuse me. Good luck with that, Arnold. And we got so many Schmidts in the house. Arnold Schmidt, Jason Schmidt. Autocorrect. Tim Harrison was a good one. Follow him says, why are you in Spring, Texas? Yes, I got family here. I have a daughter and 2 grandkids here. Follow him. All right, let's see. Good morning, Mr. Greg. How are you doing? Reasonable. The issue is my vehicle. Radiated soil, water, etc. makes things very bad for many years. The key thing, though, is most of the radiation is gone, by far the bulk of it, in 2 weeks. But you've got to worry about after that is strontium-90 and some of the longer-term irradiators that last a lot longer. Strontium-90 is on the same series as calcium in the periodic table, so it goes to your bones. Once it gets in you, it emits forever. So don't be eating, after a nuclear event, don't be eating bone and bone meal and stuff and bones. You've got to try to cover your gardens. I've covered this. Go to my nuclear war survival video and see the things you can do to protect your gardens, your soil, your barns, your chickens. It's all there. I've covered it. Did any of the other prepping videos talk? I tell you in great detail what radiation is, how it works, and how to shield yourself from different components of radiation in my nuclear war survival videos. I don't think anybody else goes into that level of detail. Bollywood. Jojo. That's the Indian Hollywood. So, let's see here. Hope it don't make things too expensive. Well, it's shutting down the Red Sea wood. Oh, yeah, there's shipping companies, so they're not going through there right now. Things have not been so lovey-dovey between Russia and India of late. Yep, they just had a big powwow meeting with them talking about increasing trade. But yeah, there's some tension. But apparently they're still buddy-buddy in many ways. All right, plain reality. GTS, you're great. Good to see you, I guess. Figured I would drop in and wish you and everyone love and blessings. Stay safe, stay prepared physically and mentally. Amen and spiritually. You got that right, plain reality. Widow's here. Man, every time I hear potato head, I get, oh, that's where the curly fries come from. Okay, now I know what Keith was talking about. You guys are funny. Pagan says, absolutely, but people think that thing will be normal after the fall, that it won't. People will be living in shelters underground, and they will only survive for a while if they don't do it right. Okay, if that's the topic, do go watch my nuclear survival videos. I exactly, precisely tell you what radiation is, the different forms of radiation, the fatality and casualty consequences of different levels of radiation as measured in different ways. We talk about doses and different forms of measuring. So go watch my nuclear war. You know what? Almost nobody's watched it. I got 60. Well, I did have 67,000 subs. I'm 66.9, almost 66.8. I'm dropping hundreds of subs a month right now, which is crazy. Channels are supposed to grow. How am I dropping so fast? My sub rate is dropping like a rock. But the total number I've gotten here, very few have watched the videos, really. Very, very few people have watched those videos. Some of my most important videos nobody watches. It's like, really? What's going on, guys? It's time to watch my nuclear survival videos. Seriously. Nobody else on YouTube is going to give you the level of detail that I put in those videos. Jeremiah, I don't do religion. I'm a decoder of gematria on the world stage, okay? Rodney, now this is not a religious channel. I'm not here to promote or denigrate any religion, because we're We are a channel. Let's start out to be an urban gardening channel. So it's a gardening channel, which turned into a prepping channel, okay? So we're here to tell you how to be ready. But y'all don't want to see how to be ready. You just want to know what's going on in the world. But that's okay, too, because it tells you got to get ready. And that's a message that you guys need to share with your friends and family and take to heart. Okay. Heard that gold prices have gone up again. They did. They did. I expect them to go up more if the dollar goes down. You'd have to ask somebody about knowledge of munitions, ship explosions. Oh, yeah, that was a nasty thing. Thank you to Days for sharing my true leaf. Uber a lot of Indians and many bring up Bollywood. Oh, okay. And if I'm going to be impressed, I don't even like Hollywood. Well, I probably have real acting in Bollywood, you know, like Hollywood used to. So that may be the case. Doesn't take much to remove anything from Russian military equipment. In a shelter, you need to have an ecosystem that will work. Well, yeah. And I talked about having air filtration, moving air through. Most radiation is going to be gone in 2 weeks, though. You'll be able to come back out even sooner than that if you take the right preparations. I can't tell if that explosion was primary, secondary, or not. Yeah, well, there was a lot of ammo in that ship. A lot of ammo. So a lot of it probably was secondary, I would guess, but I don't know. They think the Storm Shadow missile hit it. Okay, yeah, I'm not bringing out everything. You know, there's a lot of news. I'm not telling everything, but now I'm seeing you guys talking. I'm bringing it up as I said. Nibiru. Nah, forget about Nibiru. Nibiru is not swinging through anytime soon. Nobody credible sees Nibiru. And Nibiru is everywhere. It always has been. Nibiru is the planet that's been about to whack us any second now for, 25 years. Any second. It's on the other side of the sun. It's right there. It's right there. It's swinging around the sun right now. It's going to get you tomorrow morning. For 35 years. And you talk about crying wolf. And people listen to that wolf crying every day, and they still believe it. Oh yeah, it's true. It's about to happen. It's happening. It's right there. That lens flare, that's Nibiru. Oh, that's not a lens flare. That's Nibiru. It's about to get you. Oh, come on, guys. 25 years every day, wolf, 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 and thousands, maybe millions, still believe it. It's true. It's true. Yeah, right. I got tons of friends, not a few, hundreds, thousands of friends who are astronomers. I'm a space guy. They're not NASA. But, it's NASA. NASA covering everything up. No, these are independent astronomers. They're astronomers at universities. They're amateur astronomers. Most of our comets get discovered by amateur astronomers who are way out there. Jupiter, little bitty comets. You think a big planet is going to sneak in the solar system and be on the other side of the sun? Yeah, right. Orbital dynamics don't work that way anyway. You can't stay on the other side of the sun all the time. You might temporarily be there. Come on, guys. I covered that in the video. I went to great depth talking about that. Why? The beard is not about to swing around and get us any minute now. If it is, I'll know it first. If you hear me talking about it, then you can take it serious. Yeah, there might be something out there, way out there in the solar system. I'm not saying there's not. What I'm telling you is there's not something about to swing around and knock you between the eyes tomorrow morning. Let's see. Who's this? Choosy Heretic Choose Creation Revolution. What's a long name now? I know people scarf and they say peaceful revolution sounds delusional. And it's oxymoron, but actually, yeah, okay, that's what Gandhi did. Great shaking. Yeah, there's going to be some shaking. I didn't say there won't be some shaking. I know the United States will drop a enhanced cocktail virus. Ooh, not possible. All kind of. But look, what the Chinese. Oh, no Chinese got no biolab in the United States. No, it didn't happen in Reedy, California. Move on. Just quit looking at the articles. That couldn't have been true. Yeah. I'm being facetious, guys. You have to be on this platform. You can't just come out and say things, you know? When the chips are down, Taiwan, chips matter. Yes, they do. Big time. And that's going to be a huge economic impact on us. I heard on Canadian Prepper. Okay, Rodney, what'd you hear on Canadian Prepper? What is that? Well, I'm so far in the chat. By the time we get down to you answering that, I don't know what it's going to be. Let's go back to your previous comment. What was this? A lot of munitions on that ship. Oh yeah, that ship had a lot of munitions on it. That's a fact. It was a ship that was attacking. Okay, guys, like I'm saying, I'm not been covering everything. There's so much to cover. I can't cover everything, but that ship had been used to launch drone attacks and missile attacks on Ukraine. So it was deemed to be loaded to the gills. And when they hit it, they waited till it was good and loaded. They had good intel on that, so they took it out then. So that probably had a lot to do with the way it went boom. Above Majestic. Keith, I'm going to poll you guys at the end here to ask you about me covering UFO topic. I'm going to poll you guys about that here at the end. Because there's some really weird stuff out there, stuff going on. Brian Gunderson speaks about the stop on Jim Maniac Earthwork. Yeah, I got some strange stuff. Just stay ready, man. Yeah, some things I don't cover because they're really out of topic for this channel, but given how much coverage it's getting, maybe it's time to delve into a little bit. Also, I'll pull you guys about that. Ron Foster says, got me. Again, late night, was considering signing off now. Pour on another one. There we go. Those Taiwanese chips are mighty delicious. Have a bag of Taiwanese chips. Well, maybe that should make a funny tater chip, right? Yeah, we could do a tater heads Taiwan tater chip, Taiwan spiced. Anyway, too slow reading these comments. I know y'all commenting faster than me. Oh, don't worry, Greg. They're just going to join our military police. Oh, that's a whole nother one. Yes, California is allowing illegal aliens not only to bear arms, the ones that are join their police force while they're on the force, but continuously. And you know, it's against the law for an illegal alien to have arms, but they can join the police force and have arms. So an illegal alien gets to enforce laws. A lawbreaker gets to enforce laws with a force of arms and keep the arms. There's California for you. Cell phones 2024, sponsored by Campbell Soup Can. That may be all you got after an EMP. So, watching China Uncensored, you type number pit grow houses in Maine. Okay, what's mineral water? I'm not sure what you mean. TIBE water? TIBE number? Pit grow houses in Maine. Now, state warns, I think he spelled it backwards, new laws, local growers. Okay, I'm not following you there. Maybe New Days knows what you're talking about. She's up in Maine. Obama. All right, we got the gematria there. You hung on the tube radios. Very good, Widow. Just hope there's somebody transmitting it from tube. I'm actually on the verge of, I think I need to do an article for one. We need tube electronics in space. Because if it hits the fan and there's a society in space, they're not going to get any more chips. They better have their guidance systems set up to operate off vacuum tubes. And better have radio set to operate off vacuum tubes. Hey, the Germans had guidance systems in the V2 before integrated chips were invented. So it's possible. It's possible. China is also a town in Ukraine. What? I might have your parts. Restore Republic. Jeffrey Prather. Don't know him. In the NM condom. Anybody know what that is? Is that a book or is it a movie? Bad Teddy. Oh, I must be way back in the chat here if we're talking about Teddy. I see a thermobaric video on some tanks. Yeah. Shoe Leather Express. I got, I don't know. Per the Bible, the yellow man will rule the world. The old order. Well, it talks about the red dragon. But any ruling they're doing is going to be short-lived. Let's see. Folly on fear of the Lord, the beginning of the wisdom. Thank you for sharing that. New Days, gold links. North Korea, oh yeah, the Dennis Rodman comment. Wow, I'm way back. I need to, I probably need to scroll ahead a little bit. I'm so far back that I know you guys are way ahead of me. You're chatting faster than I'm reading. Greg Bush sent troops to get what we gave them, but couldn't find it. Talking about Iraq, yes. Couldn't find it. Well, allegedly he had it and hid it somewhere, sent it overseas. Where to? Who got it? That becomes the next big question. Do we have a P.O. box or cash out to send help? I hate super chat. I'd rather give a full amount to Greg. I do have a P.O. box. I'm going back to Huntsville, so you can use P.O. Box 383, Huntsville, Alabama. Excuse me. P.O. Box 383, Tony, T-O-N-E-Y, Alabama 35773. Or if you, there's a way to use PayPal without having to pay the fee. If you just send it straight to my email on PayPal, greg@greengregs.com, or if you go to my website and hit the donate button, there's no fee. Or it's not like the fee from YouTube. Let's see, how does it work? There's some things where there's no fee. Can't tell if I'm a ginger unless you get real close. Hey, Joe, are you a ginger? Yeah, what am I? I think that qualifies. Oh, let's see here. Okay, I must have missed something from Pagan. What I've been looking for. All right, please think about what I said. I love this country so much. Oh, I gotta go back up. All right, I just must have scrolled past the thing I was looking for. Okay, I'm being ignored. You're not being ignored, guys. I'm purposely don't read the video when I'm doing the news. Or I can't read chat and cover articles. And you got to remember, guys, what I've said. And I've said this many times. What I do first is I go through the news. And then I come back and look at the chat. Most channels don't look at chat as much as I do. All right, here it is. We need to focus on what's going on in our country. Y'all, we're going to be blindsided. Yeah, I think I'll do some special videos on that. In this country, we are seriously challenged. Seriously. Our education system. There's a lot of stuff. Half the country hates them. Half the United States hates the United States. That is a problem. When half the country hates the country, we're in trouble. You know, what did Tucker Carlson say? How can a country that hates America run America? Well, we've got the answer now, straight into the ground. But people will continue to vote for them because they think they're going to get a check. They think they'll get more checks and more money in their pocket to sit on the couch and do nothing if they keep voting for a certain party. But they're not accounting for the whole idea that this party is driving the nation bankrupt. The train is going to run out of juice. Its wheels are going to fall off. It's coming off the track. The party won't last forever. They ignore that. If you don't have some frugal responsibility, the whole game ends. and it may end sooner than later, especially when you're paying such disregard to all the countries that also hate us, because maybe you love them because they hate us. If you hate America, you might love the countries that hate America. Yeah, and you might appease them. No, you wouldn't do that. You wouldn't appease the countries that hate us. You wouldn't give $10 billion on one account to Iran, and then in another account, $6 billion. You wouldn't give nothing to China, now would you? You wouldn't roll out the red carpet as he flows into California and San Francisco and kiss his feet and bow over to him. No, you wouldn't do those things. Okay, all right, Pagan, I'm talking a little bit about, first we're bringing up the nuclear stuff. I've talked about that. Please reread what I spoke about. Okay, it's hard to read all, it's almost impossible for me to read all the comments. For one thing, the first comments in the channel will be gone, the first set. And I'm going through here, there's so many comments, I can't keep up with it all, so I'm trying to pick and choose. So if I'm missing the operative comment, 36,000 gallons of water used to douse a Tesla on I-65 in Alabama, better for the environment. Yeah, right, widow. I'll be driving up I-65, hopefully tomorrow. I get my van out of the shop. It'll cost me a fortune. Waste of water. I should just let it burn. You're right. It burned out. It was a waste of water. I agree. That was a big waste of water. It probably burned slap up anyway. Lithium ion. Problem is lithium fires can't put them out. Fire departments are scrambling to figure out. Yeah, exactly. Greg, data shows G7 countries GDP rising considerably slower than being surpassed rapidly by BRICS when debt to GDP averages 128% for the G7. Yeah. It's not good. We got too much debt. That's what I'm talking about. You know, you can't just keep borrowing forever to hand out money and expect that you're going to be able to hand out money forever. Remember that little video I did about welfare birds? The welfare birds? Think about it, guys. The welfare birds. What happens when the grid hits the fan? Or when the grid goes down, you know what, hits the fan? They ain't going to be getting the handouts anymore. So, all right, so here, mineral water. What he's talking about, Ron is talking about here is put in the economy, illegal grows by China, headline in Maine papers. Oh, it's the Maine papers, $4 billion loss. Says only residents can grow. So China was trying to grow, but Maine decided only residents can grow, so they took China out. I don't know. You guys, what do you know about that? You're up in Maine. Maybe I can talk more about it. People come across the southern border with rifles, and not one single person is doing anything. Oh, I don't know if they're coming across the border. I hope not. Well, actually, okay, I'm going to talk about this. Yeah, there's one more aspect. I should do a whole video on this. See, like I said, there's so much news, I can't even bring it all up. Especially when I'm not at my main computer at home and I just like string up a zillion articles and show them all to you. Because I've got limited resources here. But all right, consider this, guys. What the cartels are doing is this. The cartels are streaming thousands of people across the border. Huge crowds, so that all the border patrol goes over there. And while all the border patrol is going where all these crowds are going, they go over to other locations and slip through drugs and sleeper cell agents, their own people, the gang members, and run drugs, and they can run guns too if they want. It's when they got the attention over here, you throw thousands of people over here, then you put anything you want through these other locations because nobody's over there. Nobody's monitoring here. That's the big troubles over there. Our customs forces are far less. We don't have enough customs agents, enough border agents. Excuse me. What we should do is fire 87,000 IRS agents and hire 87,000 border agents, right? How about that? That's what we should do. Fire the IRS agent. But what? No, Joe, he don't want to hire people to guard the border. He want to hire people to look in your back pocket. And he's looking to pick your pocket. He'd rather pick your pocket and leave the border wide open. Yeah. So there you go. President Potato Head. Hey, Keith, how about them curly fries? You wishes. Good night, I'll be safe. Well, thanks, Jesse, for being here. Communists don't like Christianity. Too much competition. There you go. Let's see. I wished I had thought after Sunday school they served Sundays. What did they serve on Sunday there, Widow? I wished. Oh, I was lied to. After Sunday school, they served Sundays. Okay, what do you mean by that? You thought they served Sundays at Sunday school? Like, the ice cream Sundays? If they did, more people would go, right? So, let's hope everyone has a good night. Well, thank you for joining us. Pagan, all religions are valid as long as they don't believe in negative entities. There you go. G, ego higher than the moon. Oh, that's true. That could be his downfall. See my video on pride, or humility, humility, which we cover pride into. That video got very few views, guys. My video on humility that I did a couple days ago. It was actually one of my uploads. My last upload. All right. China grow houses in Maine, marijuana. Why's China growing marijuana in Maine? Well, China got a whole country they grow stuff in. Why are they growing stuff in Maine? Yeah, okay. So what's the upside with that, guys? China Uncensored did a spot on the grow. Okay, I'll have to go watch China Uncensored. That's one of my favorite channels, by the way. I just hadn't been, when I'm away from home, I don't get to watch as much YouTube. Hey, well, let's just have another super chat. So let me scroll down and see who the other super chat is from. Let me go down. Ding, ding, ding. Where is it? Wow, I'm way behind in the chat. See, that's the problem. When I read all the chat, I get so far behind. I cannot keep up. I can't read chat as fast as you guys put it out. Wow, where's it at? And that's what the dollar amount just went up. There it is. Mineral water. Just telling you, you're at least half an hour back in the chat, but it's cool. Salute to you. Yeah, I can't keep up with the chat rate that you guys are putting out. I mean, no other, go watch Black Scout Survival on these other channels that do live. They occasionally look at a chat item, That's the typical thing. You occasionally look at something, but you don't read it all. I'm trying to read as much as I can. So if somebody thinks I'm ignoring you, I can't talk and read everything. You can't read and talk at the same time, really. And so what's the purpose of being on the video? It's to talk, it's to bring you news, it's to bring you content. So that's my first priority, because a lot of people watch my videos in the morning or later. The people that are in the live chat are a small fraction of the overall number of people that will watch a video. And so you've got to mind all the people that's going to come later, unless I just take it off as soon as I post it. If I'm just going to read chat and we're just having a conversation among ourselves only, then that video should not be posted on the channel, because it will infuriate people that watch later. Because it's like, well, what are you talking about? What are you doing? Where's the news? People get mad. So in order to accommodate the people that watch the video later, we talk news first. And then we try to get into the chat later on into the course of the video. And that's what I try to do. But that means I'm going to miss chat. But all YouTubers miss chat. You can't catch it all. So, please don't be offended if I don't see a comment. And that's also when we have mods, because I couldn't possibly keep up with everything and modify stuff. David Potter, they can't wait to pay taxes. They can't wait to take your money for taxes. Take your money. Isn't that right, David? So they want the 87,000 RSA. Just say fire the 87,000 RSA. Just hire 87,000 Custom Border Patrol. Tim Pool only read super chats. $50 and maybe $100 or more. That's pretty typical. There are a lot of channels that do that. I try to actually read comments. Now, maybe it'd be more profitable if I took that kind of approach. But There's a lot of value in a lot of the stuff you guys are saying. IRS to take your land and put you in cities, but if you have a 1099A tax form, you can pay taxes with your birth certificate trust funds. What? A 1099 must be filled out like a check. Jeremiah, where's that coming from? Now, I watched the humility video and I even shared. Well, thank you, Tiffany. I appreciate that. Yeah, some of you do. Appreciate that. Banana split, been a while. We're talking about Sundays now. Widow said she just lied to. She didn't get a Sunday at Sunday school. Free pizza coupons back at the 80s. Oh, you know what? Actually, I did have a friend whose church gave him ice cream. They get right school bus to church, and they got ice cream, and that's why he went to church to get the ice cream. So I thought he's being bribed. You wouldn't pay no attention, no way. Oh yeah, the ice cream Sundays. It was as a widow. Some churches actually didn't give a Sunday, but I've heard there were churches that gave ice creams. I say they're definitely here in California. I probably know a few without knowing a few. Uh-oh. Now I'm working bottom up. Pagan. I didn't realize he read the comments later on social. Oh yeah, that's what I do. Pagan prepper. There's no way I can deliver the news while I'm reading the comments. I mean, I catch a few just scattered when I'm reading these. Some that just pop out, and I speak to them. I probably actually shouldn't do that for the people that are watching later. They don't like it. I've had bad comments that are listed. Like you post a video, you got another comment section, and people will post comments to that. And I've got complaints for spending too much time looking at comments. So, they just want the news. And, you chitter chatter too much. We want the news. Give us the news. Give us the straight and skinny. That's what people really want up front that watch later. November 1095 and Pope Urban, First Crusade Pope calls for Christians to unite and recapture the city of Jerusalem from the Muslims. Oh yeah, there was the Crusades. That happened. The Forest Department should take all of that charred material and send it to the farmland. Oh yeah, there you go. It's good, David. David has his own power system, at least a year's worth of food. Well, I hope I'll have my own power system and get set up out in Arizona. Not quite there yet, but I'll explain in comments so that you have a full idea what I'm talking about. I'm not sensitive and sorry for being that way tonight. Yeah, my fault. That's okay, Pagan. All right, so let me scroll back down. At that point, that's worth scrolling back down. See what I'm missing with the Pagan comments, because she's been trying to get my attention here. God wills it. So I'm slowly scrolling back. Stuff happens, she says. Slowly scrolling back down till 9th. What is that? What is that, Jeremiah? What's the till 9th? So good day. We had a good Christmas. It's amazing how blatant these abuses. Yeah, we got a lot of stuff that's really blatant here. OTSE, legal to carry an ice cream cone in your back pocket in Alabama. Well, even if it was legal, an ice cream cone in Alabama in your back pocket, yeah, that ain't gonna last. You probably will never get arrested because it will already be melted and you're gonna have a big soggy wet spot in your seat long before the law enforcement get to you. All right. Personally, I think we need to focus on what's going on in America. All right, I saw that. And our Bill of Rights, because we are being blindsided. Yeah, they're trying to take our Bill of Rights. I've talked about our freedoms. I've started an organization called the Freedom Restoration Foundation to defend our very freedoms. And we're going to have a board meeting when we get back to Alabama. So, Pennsylvania. Hey, Brian. It's a good place to be from. It's not being blind, so it's been more forcibly bent over just talking. Okay, I'm down the bottom of the chat. Us Mainers are kicking the illegal Chinese growers out. There you go, and shut them down. Well, good for you, you days. Glad to see that. Oh, Pagan, you should join that one. Yeah, there you go. So, Bamaga, there you go. All right, guys, so here's the deal. I have done a lot of videos where I just talk about freedom. I've done videos where I just talk about the issues with socialism, communism. And I haven't done so many recently. I did do a video in August, I think, mid-August, late August, maybe as early September, from Arizona, from Medicine Man Mountain, talking about, it ain't too loud, I got kids in bed here. Now, talking about, what time is it? Yeah, I need to go. I got to get up early. Talking about the issues, the Chinese Communist Party in particular, because so many people here in the United States have been sold on, oh, that's such a great system. Really believe it. I mean, I get this from young people. And from young people, I get a lot of pushback on socialism. I get a lot. They've been bought into this. They've been indoctrinated on this stuff. I will totally join your group about our Constitution. Yeah. So it's not something you directly pay money to join. And we're not taking membership fees. We do have a board of directors, and we do need some help sometimes with that. But there's a website. We do have a Facebook page, by the way. Freedom Restoration Foundation on Facebook. You can join a group on Facebook. We got about 100 members. We got better than 1,000 members on there, I think. So we've got in that group, it should be a lot bigger. We've got a website that I pay for out of my own pocket. I'm going to be real challenged to do it because I don't have any income right now except for YouTube, which is mighty tiny. It does not come close to meeting my bills. So that's one reason I got to make some drastic moves fast. The website is Freedom Restoration Foundation.org. Now we need to update. I've got somebody had volunteered, I think Drops and some other person had volunteered to be to go in and update the website because I've not had the time to update all the alerts. We had a webmaster, and he died. Our webmaster died on us, unfortunately, so we need a new webmaster. And I've had a couple of people volunteer to do that, but Drops was one of them. So we probably could use, I can't remember the other person's name now. If it was you, let me know if you're in the chat room. Because it's been months ago, and I've had a lot of water under the bridge, a lot of things I've done since then. But we've got to get this website updated because there's been a lot of things going on in the political world. But it's about defending our Constitution. It's about defending our liberties. I spent my own money to keep this website up. Now we have another website also available to our organization. I started an appeal for us to all join up with the Survival Tribe Network. Years ago, I said, hey, we got to form our own network. I started coordinating originally through Excel files and volunteers, and it just got to be too much. So my latest volunteer for this, Wise Owl, took it upon herself to spend a lot of money to set up a website for people to join the Survival Tribe Network. And so we got survivaltribenetwork.com. And she spent like 10 grand of her own money setting it up. So guys, check it out. Guys, we're a family here. We're trying to work together to preserve our liberties and ourselves, our community. So, law and books in Bama, you can only meet your wife with a stick smaller than your thumb. How many courthouse helps. There's some crazy laws in the book. That's funny, mineral water. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff like that. So, Freedom Restoration Foundation.org. There it is. New Days put it in here. Yeah, I knew you meant beat, but I maybe didn't want to say it in that. I knew what you meant. Oh, well. All right. Hey, do some of you ladies want to marry me to live in Alabama so we can go visit the courthouse step? Just kidding. Just kidding. Just kidding. But anyway, guys, so in any event, people, we got to laugh at Rodney. That was intended. That was what was intended, to get some laughs. Guys, even in the worst of times, you got to maintain your humanity and your sense of humor. If you lose that, you lose. If you lose your sense of humor, you lose your sense of humanity. There you go. There's the Facebook groups. So you can join on Facebook. We have not agreed to take membership donations, but it does take money to run the Freedom Restoration Foundation. Now, I've been spending money out of my own pocket. We have gotten a couple of donations. Hello, Santa. Ho, ho, ho. Green giant. That's what the church is called, the evil angel. Beat the wife with a switch no bigger than the thumb. Oh, Lord. Alrighty, guys. Yeah. Hope we don't have to beat anybody. So, laughing is cheaper than ammunition. Laughs are cheaper than ammo. Oh, that's true. Oh, my God. Laughing probably saved my life one night. Probably saved my life in Alaska and a face and hell books. Yeah, who cares? Well, guys, they know that we're out here promoting freedom. We can't hide it, so the heck with them. You know, the government spies on everything we do, so I think I'm going to give them a special view. I'm going to put a camcorder in my toilet. Say, hey, here it is, government. You want to spy on me? Here, go for it. That's going to be a short switch. That's going to be a short switch. Okay. So, yeah, we need some more thumbs up, guys. We got 222 thumbs up, 242 people in the house. So not everybody here is giving me a thumbs up. We need it for the algorithm that has no rhythm. And I know we've probably actually had 1,000 people come through the chat room because people come in and stay for a little bit and they'll sign out and more people come in. And it happens continuously all night. So when your thumbs up should actually greatly exceed the number of people in the room. But when it don't match it, come on, guys, help me out. So, hey, Robert, how you doing? Oh, UFO poll. There you go, Tiffany. Thank you. I would be happy to help with the monitor. Yeah, the biggest reason we hadn't gone monetary is we didn't want to have to register with the IRS. So, well, what do you register as? Anything you register as gets you kind of account. Well, but hey, even NRAs and other organizations like the Second Amendment Foundation, they do register as nonprofits. But so maybe we should still do that. That's just been a debate within the organization. It's not been my favorite position, but I'm just the president and founder of the organization. I do have other board members that have other opinions, and we have so far deferred to that, but we may change opinion as we go down the road. I mean, at some point, organization could need to hire staff. At that point, you definitely got to have money. We do have expenses. So far, they're not great expenses, but there may be more than I can bear in the upcoming future. So you would need 10,000 reads to get 10 views. Hey, mineral water. Yeah, actually, it's probably inhibiting us to grow. You need money to grow because you need to send out. When I was in the National Space Society and run that, we would send out a lot of stuff to acquire new members. And we did so at expense. So that's something to think about, how you acquire new members and grow the organization. We really need to grow. Oh, somebody's being rude. Why are you such a prepper, but need handouts. All right, well, silver right now, my only source of income is YouTube. How about that? And YouTube is not a source of income. Not for me, it's not. It's puny. But I don't come here begging. I'm just telling you where we're at. Silvershire, all right, what are you getting at, Silvershire? Come right out and say it. What are you getting at? Oh, we're talking about for the organization. Is that what you're talking about? There's the organization I was talking about. I think that was the subject. The organization is the freedomrestorationfoundation.org. It's an organization. Most organizations have membership fees. We don't have a membership fee. I do have costs associated with maintaining the website. It's not free to post websites. I use Element I use WordPress with Element to create the website, to maintain the website, and it's posted right now up on GoDaddy. They don't offer that stuff for free. There's costs associated with that. I'm paying for that in my own pocket and have done so for years and haven't been begging and asking for handouts to cover those costs. Also, our website, nobody's asked for any money for this, but the website of survivaltribenetwork.com was paid for by Wiseowl 1111. $10,000 out of her pocket to set that up. Now, the reason that Survival Tribe, the Freedom Restoration Foundation.org didn't cost $10,000, I set it up myself with another volunteer. We jointly built that website. And we've had a volunteer webmaster for a while after that, but he died. So, I will support just ask. Okay. That's what I'm saying. Why don't you ask? I'm telling you what it is. Yeah, everything costs money. There's nothing free out here. So, yeah, we're not even asked for membership dues in this organization. But if somebody would like to contribute, it would help. So, these days, that's my heated topic. Let me go back and see what your heated topic is. Yes, Maine. The only reason Maine is arresting them and shutting them down is because they're not paying taxes. So the Chinese come in and do a big grow. They're making tons of money in Maine and not paying taxes. Well, that's just peachy. Don't need to be paid. Yeah, it's all volunteer. Yeah, it's all volunteer so far in the Freedom Restoration Foundation. Hey, Cha-Cha. Thank you. You're a good man, Greg, and with great info, thank you. Cha-Cha. Salute the Cha-Cha. Thank you, Cha-Cha. Greg, you could always start a membership to see your videos or likes so the other channels. Wait. You could always start a membership to see your videos or lives like so many other channels do if people have a problem supporting you. Well, we're getting pretty good super chats. I mean, I'm happy with that. You guys are really chipping in a lot. I mean, I could always start a membership aspect to the channel. Maybe have a website that's more specific to things like that. But I had a day job. My day job is just going to poof on me. So, and I'm not at a point that it's going to be difficult for me to readjust. I have had some problems with my farm. Hey, Robert Preston, thank you. Salute, Robert. Appreciate that. So, just stopped by, Greg. How's the truck coming along? The van is still in the shop. And it's going to cost me about $2,000 to get my van out. So, yeah, I totally blew up the transmission. Oh, yeah, somebody asked about the UFO poll. God has a what? Silvershire. All right, we got 237 in the room. Hey, we finally got more thumbs up than people in the room. That's good. All right. God has already won. I'm telling you guys, in the end, we win. I've always said that. A lot of people are really skeptical. Oh, it's all doom and gloom. But here's another thing. I take a lot of issue with. A lot of people want to just not do anything because, well, ever saw it in the Bible, this has got to happen, that's got to happen. Well, you know what? the whole story of Jonah in the Bible was a case that, there may be a prophecy, but prophecies are a lot of times warning. It also was an object lesson that you can change the outcome of what's coming to be more favorable if you will act. Pagan says, wish I had more, but honestly, start a membership for different content than your lives. But start a membership for different content than your lives. Okay, but I do put different content up here, guys. And that's an idea. Hey, thank you, Pagan. Appreciate it. Salute to Pagan. Freedom of religion in here. We don't criticize. Yeah, we are a freedom channel here, because I am president of the Freedom Restoration Foundation. Now, oh yeah, okay, I see what Silver was saying. Yeah, okay, yeah, we're not here to criticize other people. Mineral water. Mr. Preston. All right, he says, you gave me a salute. I'm a vet, so you know it was returned. We will call this the hat tip. Well, thank you there. I always salute people when they give me a chat, super chat. It's my way of appreciating things. And you can tell by how fast and snappy I can salute. I've had some practice at it. See that? Because, as you know, I am a veteran. Braveheart. Freedom! Exactly. Exactly. Salute back, Pagan says. Thank you. All right, folks. So, guys, it's serious. We're getting in serious time. Next year, I might need to do a video next year to about, what I expect for 2024. It ain't pretty. 2024 may be a year of war. 2024, the year of war. I think 2024 may be the worst year we've seen in our lifetimes, for many reasons. Guys, you seriously get your preps ready. Don't waste time now. There's no more time to waste. There's no time for procrastination. Do what you can do. Alien poll. Yeah, we're coming up with alien poll. Thank you. Okay, here it is, guys. This is a channel. It started out as an urban gardening channel, so I still might cover some gardening topics occasionally. But people hate to watch them. I don't get any views, and it now destroys my algorithms to put gardening videos. Even worm videos don't do well on here anymore. Even videos of how to prep don't do well. It's become a, hey, Marvin, fun time. Thank you, sir. Thanks, Greg, for helping with the cost of repairs. Well, thank you. Appreciate that very much. That will definitely help. KLW says, day 85, World War III. Well, we're probably already in World War III. The question is, when it get hotter? When, how fast and hard is it going to suck the United States in? Will our grid go down? There's a lot of things to worry about, guys. So I'm going down fighting. There you go. Nightman's wife. Hey, it's from the East Coast, Florida. That's just it. Oh yeah, hang on, guys. I started to say something. I got distracted earlier. This whole thing about prophecy. It's not given that it absolutely has to come out a certain way. I mean, the end result will be the same, but some of the specifics along the way can differ. According to what, if you've followed the biblical narrative, and I'm not saying do that, but what I am saying is that I get a lot of people coming here with a defeatist attitude. Well, prophecy says this, so we don't need to do anything. It's all going to be this way or that way. Well, if you believe in the Bible, you should believe that to not resist evil is evil. And no matter what faith you come from, no matter what you believe, if you don't resist evil, that's evil. Evil should always be resisted. You don't accommodate evil to acquire your end goal. I mean, you don't, let me put it this way. Say if you're looking for the second coming, if that's your objective, Say, okay, well, if we allow the Antichrist to come in and take over, and we allow the devil to do everything he wants to, and we instigate World War III, then Jesus will come back, and we've accomplished our goal. And you think the greater creator is going to appreciate you just laying down and letting evil have its way? Then you are aiding and abetting evil, which makes you evil. The answer to that is not no, but no. Follow Jesus, not a religion. Okay. Well, this is not a religious channel, so whatever religion you are, whatever belief you have, unless your belief is black in the soul, which that's not something I'm in tune with, okay? If your belief is to create evil, you're not my friend. Because evil should be resisted, no matter what faith you come from. Evil is evil. Okay? Tranny flood 2024. Be careful where you put your dipstick. Oh my gosh. Yeah, my tranny blew out. Seriously. My van is getting tranny surgery. Oh my Lord. All right. Salute to Pay EMT F99. Salute to you. Like I said, you got to have some sense of humor, guys. You got to have sense of humor. Let's celebrate the first super chat in the live stream. Okay. I can't believe that's your first one. Is it really? Wow. But we still got to get the UFO chat. But anyway, so holy smokes. Fat while they're watching that. Yeah, so I just want to get to that. Do not tolerate Satan. There you go. Hey, Steffers Jay. Good to see you in the house. Yep, laughter is the best medicine. Amen. Amen. Oh, yeah. I had a guy who was about to jump me once upon a time in a bar in Fairbanks, Alaska. He looked like he wanted to knife me. He was about to jump me. He was mad. He called me, it's a black guy, called me every racial epithet you could imagine, all at once. And he was furious. He was just about to jump me. And I never heard anything like that in my life. I mean, it was just everything, you know, from Indian to black to white to just everything, all mixed up in one. He just threw it all at me. I was everything. And for some reason, that just hit my funny bone real hard. I busted out laughing. He looked at me totally shocked. And then he started laughing. And then we sat down together and had a good laugh together. He was about to jump me. He wanted to knife me, seriously. But just the way he threw it at me, I just couldn't help it. I never heard nothing like that in my life. I should have been scared to death, but it just struck my funny bone. I busted out laughing. And he looked at me like, what the heck's wrong with you? And then it hit him, and he started laughing. We just sat down together, and we had a good time the rest of the night. Laughter probably saved my life that night. Could have at least saved me from going to the hospital. He would have cut me up. He could have. Anyway, Greg's van changed from a boy to girl. No, it's going to be the same. All my vehicles except one got a girl name. And so I finally named my van I live in, because I had a van called Cherry, and I had a van called Vanna White. And this is white on the outside and cherry on the inside. So I had a hard time naming it. So I finally decided to name it Candy. Now I do have a big, long, white cargo van. And its name is Moby Dick, just because it's so big. So that's the only vehicle I got with a male name. Okay, cold weather. All right, so we've covered the don't give in, resist evil, always resist evil. We've covered laughter. Yeah, what I tell you guys, shine your love light in the world. It helps. Now we're going to talk about all right, briefly, I'm just going to run a poll tonight, so I'm not really going to talk it tonight. That'll be a subject for later. But the primary topic, and I probably need to run a poll, you know, in the community section, see how the people are in the chat room, because Robert hit two different crowds. A crowd that watches videos regular and the people in the chat rooms are two different crowds. Got two different levels of interest. I mean, we're family in the chat room. Definitely that. Greg, what transmission does that van have? Oh, shoot. I didn't know. I know. I worked on a C4 in the old Ford F100 I used to have. What is this transmission? The guy told me, and I just left my mind right now. But anyway, I can't tell off the top of my head. But, so, when you deviate from your primary subject matter on a channel, it really tears up your algorithms. Now, a lot of you are also fans of Leap Project. I got a lot of people in here who were, there you go, Keith. I got a lot of people in here who, Leap Project fans, they want to hear this stuff. But a lot of my prepping fans may not. So, the whole thing is there's something really fishy. Uh-oh. Wow, my signal's been lost. That's interesting. Now we're getting to this topic. I'm a Christian, Jason Smith, not a fan of Satanists. All right, so guys, there is, if you've watched my Galactic Greg's Space channel, I did a video where I said that the woo-woo-woo-woo-woos aren't from space. I made a big case for saying they're not for space. I'm not saying there's not something out there. I'm saying what we're seeing here is probably not from out there. But, as you guys know, there's been a huge effort at disclosure. A huge move toward disclosure in the Congress of all places. Yet congressmen with the National Defense Authorization Act put a quash on it. No, we're not going to disclose. So what is it they're not disclosing? And why? See, that's kind of a tacit, yeah, there's something there. It's almost an admission of something, but it's an admission in such a way as, oh, we can't tell you. And we're not going to tell you. You can't see this stuff. And I said they're putting timing restrictions on it, a lot of stuff like that. So that suggests that there really is something there. Yet, they're not saying what it is. So I think that might be a topic for a video. But it's outside the genre for this channel. It's really outside the genre, even for Galactic Greg's channel. That's really more of a, everyday space hardware kind of stuff, the stuff we know and put our hands on, fingers on, and point to kind of a channel. So, yes, they are saying it without saying exactly what. They basically admit it. Hey, there's something here, but we can't tell you what it is. Hey, Marvin, fun time for sure. I was here for prep and Galactic Greg's. Woo-woo. But definitely like defense. Greg, space Greg. There you go. I'm a space guy more than anything, guys. Which began during WW1 Stalin, more control stuff. That's their plan. Yeah. They don't want to disclose this because it means they would have the full-blown meltdown of the world and we would have full-blown reverse living properly, yeah, without sickness. Well, I'd hope something like that, but there's a lot we don't know. So maybe I should explore this in the video. Maybe it should be a live chat. Or maybe I should do a video and do a live chat on it later. Greg, maybe you could do a video with minutes of horror. He has a channel for stuff exactly. It's minutes of horror. Who's that, Tiffany? I don't know. Yes, live chat UFO session. All right, so question one. Would y'all want to see me cover this UFO topic? Or the nature of the cover? If you want to see it, put a 1 in the chat room. If you think I shouldn't cover it, put a 2 in the chat room. 1 is cover it. 2 is, Greg, you shouldn't go there. Three? What's a 3, Chewy? All right, so Okay, Chewy, you just knocked out one of my numbers. I got to pick something else. Okay, dang, one says Marvin's Fun Time. All right. Doing this research all my life. Oh, I've got quite an interest in it. Oh, there's more I could talk about. I'm kind of don't know if this channel is ready for me to tell you what I know, what I've experienced. 39. You sound a little indecisive there, B. Lim. One is the loneliest number. Oh my gosh. I will have a song going here, let's leave. One is the loneliest number. All right, so cheers is like both. Oh, cheery, it's like both, says Marvin. So, okay, so how about this then? If you think I should do it in an uploaded session before I do a live session, give me a 4. If you want to see live first, give me a 5. 4 if I should just upload a video on it, and 5 if I should go live first. 5 for live, 4 for upload first. Oh, Peggy, I got your attention now. Huh? 4 then 5. Okay, more people are y'all kind of split on that. That's pretty much a split. Oh my God. What's that music? Oh my God, let's just have a music night though. Oh, I have sung songs a few times. Maybe I should do that occasionally. I have sung some songs on here. Read some poetry. Maybe I'll do that one night. Down in the hills of Caroline in a hunter's paradise. We'll do that song one night. How about that? Anybody ever heard that? Very beautiful song. Very beautiful, very poetic, heart-touching, and I only heard it from Grandpa Jones, which is totally uncharacteristic from him. I only heard it once, but I can sing the whole song. I think 4 because you will be able to take your time on the content. Okay, I think you're right. So I will ask these questions also in a poll that I'll post in the community section. It may not be today. It may be after I get back to Alabama. But I'm going to try to find out where my other viewers are on this. Because like I said, you guys are just part of the viewership. Also, I might do it on, I might do it on Galactic Greg's. It might be a better channel for that than this channel. Or maybe I should just cover it on one of my other more esoteric channels. And invite everybody into it. I don't know. So, that's a good number here. Yes. On Rumble. I don't know about Rumble. JoJo, what's that, a phone number? Galactic topic. You think it should be a topic for Galactic? Maybe I should at least put it there first. Maybe that's the only place it should go. Fingers, don't forget to bring the toy rockets and spacecraft out when you go live. All right. Well, you know, I got those things back in Alabama. Veterans can't sleep when the enemy is creeping on the camp. Oh, you're right about that, and they are. Greg and I both have experienced the same. Yeah, well, okay. I don't think I'm going to talk about all that. That's a little bit too much for now. Maybe later. What's your other channels? Okay, Galactic Greg's. I would do it on Galactic Greg's. Okay. That's my space channel, but it's not a UFO channel either, although I did cover the topic, but I did it from more of a analytical, they're not from space kind of, you know. Man, I miss those old school home rocket kits. I've got Swivelhead News, which I was going to leave all my prepping content in Swivelhead News at one time. Now, I've kind of come to the realization that would probably kill this channel if I did that and not really grow that one as much. Although I could be wrong. So I kind of decided to put my more political content over there, but I've not really had time to focus on that a lot of late. I got some, if you go to Swivelhead News, you'll see some shorts where I do a little poetry, a little song, kind of stuff on Swivelhead News. Have a little fun with it. Hey, Barefoot Nanny. Please put them in your description so we can click on them. Maybe New Days will put them in the links here. Sometimes I do list them in my other videos I upload. Some of the other channels. I don't know if I've been doing that of late or not. But so ahead and use. There is Galactic Greg's. There is Product Papa's. And I've got a sound video. What is that? It's Serenity Soothing Sounds or something like that. Some other channels. All right. She's putting them on here. Thank you guys for sharing my other channels. Yes. Few Days has posted some. Cha-Cha's posting a little bit there. The windy one, Greg, doing his Yosemite Sound interpretation. I love the laugh. Oh, I had somebody accuse me of being the Yosemite Sound because I had one in each pocket. I'm the rootinest, tootinest, shootinest cowboy, east, west, north, and south of the Pecos. And by the way, I cross the Pecos River when I go from Arizona to Alabama. I've crossed the Pecos River a few times. So I always think that's funny when I cross the Pecos. Let's see. Back in the 1980s, we used to buy the Estes rockets. That's right. Oh, yeah. Amen. All right. There's the Serenity Soothing Sounds link from the New Days. It's just a couple of videos on there. I've recorded a bunch of stuff. I hope I hadn't lost my camera where I had a chip and had a bunch more videos I was planning to put in there. I can't find it. Jenny. Who can I turn to? All right. So, yeah, we've been going for a long time, guys. We've been on here for, how long? 2 hours and 16 minutes. Man, I got to get up in a few minutes, guys. Just subscribe. Well, thank you there, Pagan Prepper. JoJo loves it. Thanks, Craig, for your updates. God bless you from East Tennessee. All right, John McCarter. Actually, I thought about starting a channel just to read poetry from. And maybe do some songs. Yeah, I got a lot of poetry. I read some on this channel and some of my late nights, lives. I'm saying humans need to start living underground to avoid weather from glass dome cities. We may be heading there, John. Efforts Galactic Legs channel. There you go. Thank you. So now that I'm no longer employed with a day job, I might do more YouTube videos on all my channels, or at least some of them. We'll see how it goes out. I don't know. I still have a tiny home to get built, and I got some I got some taxes to do for the upcoming year and a bunch of stuff. I would do Alaskan. I would to Alaskan. Not I would do Alaskan. What did Alaskan say? I joined a poetry channel. Oh, really? Poetry channels don't usually do that good on YouTube. But, I could do some poetry. Maybe I should mix that with Serenity Soothing Sounds. Kind of do both. Or, I don't know. I'll think about it. Should I do a separate channel for poetry? We need some poetry song nights. Fun. I might do it on here. When you head back to Alabama, well, I hope tomorrow if I get my van out of the shop early enough. That's my plan. Hit the road. Get back. Maybe that'll be worth another set of polls. Should I start a whole new channel for poetry? We used to get Gorgeous Austin used to come in our chat rooms a lot. We're not seeing them for a while. They used to send me a lot of beautiful gifts. Jewelry made out of crystals and things like that. Magic wand. They wanted me to start I used to do a Wednesday night on my channel. It used to be Woden's Woke Wednesdays, but then the woke got the negative term, so I dropped that. So no, we're not that way. We're awakened, but we're not woke in that fashion. So because we're definitely conservative here in this channel. So, but I just like the alliteration. My poetry has a lot of alliteration in it. So I thought about starting one called Woden's Wise Words. I don't know. Just do it on Wednesdays, because Wednesdays was Wodeness Day. And excuse me, guys. But I always worry that people are going to take that in a negative way too. So I got to be careful with that. So now y'all, it's been fun. Thank you, JoJo. We're done, guys. Modern tech, we could live great underground. Oh, yeah. Well, look, guys, I know about life support systems and stuff like that. I'm a space guy. Remember that? So space stations got life support systems. And my universal habitat is basically like that, except it's got sunlight in it, but you can do it artificially too. What's a limerence? Oh, I did a lot of limerence, guys. It's a form of poetry. I do limericks, I can do ballads, I can do, there's poetry. Rap, quite a bit. Just kind of, up late, watch Cross of Iron, Sam Peckinpah film. So yeah, if you want to catch some of my poetry, look at the shorts on the Swivelhead News channel. And I do have videos on this channel about nuclear survival, surviving nuclear war. There's more detail in those videos explaining exactly what radiation is. That's what I started with, so I hope I don't catch people and bore them too much, because I go into great detail on what radiation is, what the doses you can survive are, and then I go into things you can do to survive it. But to know what to survive, it helps to understand what it is first. That's kind of like my gardening videos. I go through I went through a lot of how to prep the soil. Everybody wants to know what to do with the seeds you put in the ground. No, the first thing you need to do is how to prep the soil if you're going to grow organically. A lot of people don't want to watch that, but that's the most important part of the video. How to put the seed in the ground, that's the trivial stuff. Watch the garden prep video first, guys. And on my videos on nuclear survival, watch the videos where you go into explaining radiation, because a lot of people have a lot of misunderstandings about radiation. There's a lot of YouTubers out there talking nonsense they don't know jack diddle about. Oh, it's this, oh, it's that. No, they don't know jack diddle about it. I am an engineer. It's an applied scientist. I understand this stuff, guys. So watch my videos. Thank you, Cha-Cha, for posting that. Alrighty, folks. Hey, Marvin Fun Time for the next quarter transmission fluid. Wow, that's going to help me. I appreciate it, guys. Thank you, Marvin Fun Time. Salute to you. And thank you, everyone. Iodine. Yeah, potassium iodine. And you can get potassium iodine from My Patriot Supply. And you can go to My Patriot Supply if you go to prepwithgregs.com. If you go to prepwithgregs.com, when you go into the My Patriot Supply link, it's not going to cost you a penny more, but it will help me. That's another way you can help me out, guys. So I'm not asking for a freebie there. You get your regular price, but now there are specials if you go to prepwithgreg.com for long-term food storage. So that's something to think about. Watching the thermal, nuclear preparedness. Oh, after this live. Okay. Alrighty, folks. Thank you all for being here. I really do. Thank you all. Just remember, do keep your eyes wide open ahead as well, because it's coming at us from every direction right now. You've got to stay alert every day, everywhere you go now. Stay alert. Oh, gorgeous, awesome story. Yeah, hey, if you buy something there, tell them we sent you from the Green Graves channel. I hadn't seen them in a while. We miss them. I do understand you are a Christian, but folks have been brainwashed about the pagan faiths. Amen. That's why I do, honor the heritage. But I am, I do believe in a greater creator. So, all right, guys. So, but I will talk Odin stuff. I'll talk Nordic stuff. That's, closest I am to that kind of stuff. But, I'm getting hung up in it. So, again, this is not a religious channel. But we do pray for each other because we're family quite often. But it's getting late tonight, so we're going to go. But I do want to tell you guys that, laughter is an answer to a lot of stuff. It's saved my skin. Laughter has saved my skin probably more than once. Sometimes laughing at things will totally reset the mood, reset the perspective. And at one time, that guy was going to jump me. And, I should have been afraid or ready to fight or something. But for some reason, what he said just hit my funny bone hard, and I busted out laughing. I mean, seriously laughing. And it just totally disarmed him. Totally disarmed him. And you know what? It works. But you better be laughing, not fake laugh. You laugh, make it real. Seriously. But laughter is huge. It's powerful. Powerful medicine. And so is love. So is love. Laughter at times is all I've got. Oh, there you go, guys. So that's what the devil would like to do. He'd like to take the light out of your soul. Snuff out your light. If you're laughing, you can't do it. And if there's love there, you can't do it. Because there's no darkness in love. There's no darkness in laughter. Well, sometimes, but guys, just remember this. I tell you all the time, as light dispels dark, love dispels hate. Humility also dispels pride, which was the seed of Satan. So have humility and go out and shine your love light in the world. And this way you can be the change you want to see, as Rex Bear often asks us to be the change you want to see. This is one good way to do it. So, again, thank you all for being here. Thank you, Super Chatters. Thank you, mods. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Thank you all for giving me a thumbs up. Let's make a difference in this world. We can make a difference. Don't forget it. Resist evil. Join my Freedom Restoration Foundation on Facebook. Come in and check out the YouTube. Check out our website. We may set it up as a membership paid organization eventually. But for now, it's not going to cost you anything. But I do appreciate y'all for being here. And flame on. There you go, John. Flame on. So just remember, we all get played against each other. That's a terrible thing. The governments do that to us. So thank you for watching. Good night. God bless. And ho, ho, ho. Greg out.